Hey guys, so today I am doing my collective overview on the 4 NYX complexion products that I've been testing out. The Invincible Fullest Coverage Foundation, the Mineral Stick Foundation, the BB Cream, and the Tinted Moisturizer. You can see them in a different location. It's really loud outside right now and I'm hoping that the lighting is okay, and this is just temporary. But I'm going to get right into this review. I will have all 4 of my first impressions linked in the description box so you can see a demo of them. Check down below because I will list all the shades with their color descriptions, so it might be easier for you to find out what shade would match you best. So I'm going to start with the NYX Invincible Fullest Coverage Foundation because this is the one that I tried first. So in this foundation, I am number 1 Ivory. It was a really nice, very fair color with a yellow undertone, and it matched me pretty perfectly. So this retails for $12, which is kind of expensive for a drugstore foundation, but I recommend getting this at Ulta and using your $3.50 off $10 coupon, and NYX is often buy one get one half off as well. So like I said, this is $12, which is a little bit more expensive than I'm used to paying for a drugstore foundation, and it does come in 15 shades, which is great. That is a wonderful shade selection. They have a lot of different colors and undertones, so I think that is definitely a bonus for this product. So as far as coverage goes, I would say that this is medium to full. It is nice and buildable, so I really was impressed with the coverage. The finish of this product is quite dewy, which I do not like. I like matte finish because I am a very oily skin person, but I did make sure to set this with powder because dewy can very quickly turn greasy on my skin. So for the lasting power, that was probably the most disappointing part of this product. I had to touch up every 4 hours in order to keep this looking nice. So every 4 hours I blotted with one piece of toilet paper like I always do, and then I repowdered my face with the NYX blotting powder in light. I had to basically time it and then go blot and repowder every 4 hours. I do touch up throughout the day, but I don't feel a need to literally time it. So that really was a bummer about this product. Probably my biggest complaint is that I had to touch up so often, and it was almost like counting down the minutes, you know, you better hurry up or else it's gonna look like crap. And I did not feel like this was heavy on my skin, but I am used to wearing full coverage foundations. But I did feel like when it was about to get to that touch-up point, I could feel it almost melting, and then I felt like it was heavy. But if I do touch up, then I don't really have that problem. So for the application, I use my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I found that it really helped to apply and blend the product the best. So I think this is a really great combination. This is one of my favorite brushes for foundation. And the skin types that I recommend this for would be dry, normal, and maybe combo. If you're super oily like myself, it's going to be a really high maintenance product for you. I love the coverage, but the finish is something that's going to keep me from repurchasing this. But if you are a dry skin girl looking for a full coverage foundation, you should definitely check this out. I know most full coverage foundations are matte, which can really accentuate dry patches. So again, if you are dry skin looking for full coverage, definitely check this out. And I actually gave this to my friend Ashley to try, and she has normal skin with some dryness, and I asked her what she thought, and she said that as soon as she opened this, oil just poured out, which actually did happen to me a couple times as well. So make sure that you shake it up, and she said she was pretty grossed out by that. But once she got past that point, she just felt like it was okay. If you are looking for a good full coverage foundation that lasts a long time and it has a satin finish, the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Foundation is great. We both love that foundation, so I would recommend that instead of this because it lasts longer on my skin and I don't have the high maintenance touch-up factor. But this was a decent product, but it's not something that I'm going to repurchase. So next I have the Mineral Stick Foundation. This retails for $10, which is about average for a drugstore foundation. And it comes in 9 shades, which is pretty good. So for the shade, I have number 2 Porcelain. This color matched me perfectly. It was nice and light with a yellow undertone. The coverage of this was medium. I did kind of go over my face about 2 times and I got medium coverage out of this, which is pretty good. So the finish of this is definitely more natural. I wouldn't say it's too dewy or matte. So it's more of a natural finish, which is very nice. So for lasting power, not good. At 8 hours, it started to fade, and by 12 hours, it had completely disappeared. And I found that happening even when I powdered with a matte powder. So I was pretty disappointed with that. And by the end of the day, I was extremely, extremely shiny. So this, again, is not something that I love, but my friend Ashley, I gave this to her to try as well. And she loved this. Like I said, she has more normal skin with a little bit of dryness, and she said that this lasted on her all day long and looking flawless. So she really likes this. So for the application, I liked this best with my e.l.f. small stipple brush because I feel like it helped kind of feather it and blend it in without taking away any of the product. So I think this is a really good combination. So as far as the skin types I would recommend this for, I would say this would be great for normal skin. Like I said, my friend Ashley loves it and she has more normal skin. And even she said it did not cling to her dry patches, and I felt like it did not cling to mine either. And I think this would be great for dry, normal, and combo skin. If you're super oily, like me, it's not gonna hold up on you, but I do want to mention that I think the size of this is so awesome for a cream contour. Like seriously, this is the perfect size for cream contour. Not too small, not too big, and it blends out really easily. So I would totally recommend this as a cream contour product. Just getting it in a darker shade. So I would buy it for that, but I don't really think I'm gonna be using this much. And I don't know, I prefer liquid foundation. I did try to blend this in with my fingers and I didn't like it whatsoever. I felt like it did not give me any more coverage or blend better, so I would definitely recommend the e.l.f. stippling brush instead of using your hands, but it really is personal preference, but I found that's what worked best for me. So next I'm going to go over the BB cream. This retails for $13. Again, that's pretty expensive, but BB creams do tend to be a little bit more expensive anyway. But again, use your $3.50 off of $10 coupon at Ulta. So in the BB cream, I have shade number 1 Nude. Unfortunately, there are only 3 shades, but the lightest shade did match me pretty darn perfectly. So I was really, really happy about that. So the coverage of this product is light buildable to medium. I have been using this the most out of all of them. It is great everyday product for the summertime. It evens out my complexion, and I just really, really love the coverage on this. And I'm a really full coverage person, but I'm really, really loving this light medium coverage for the summertime. So the finish of this, I would say, is pretty natural and it's not too dewy, which is pretty good because I expected a BB cream to be more dewy, but this one is a very nice natural finish. So the lasting power on this was 12 hours for me. This held up against oil pretty darn well. I was really, really impressed with this. And out of all of them, I think this did the best with lasting power and oil control. So I was really, really impressed with that. So I found that the best application for this product was the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I was using the e.l.f. Small Stipple, but I found that this gave more coverage and it still buffed it in without taking away any product. So these two right here give a really nice solid medium coverage. So I'm going to recommend this for all skin types. Like I said, it was not too greasy on me by the end of the day, and I think this would be great for dry skin. I don't think it's going to attach to any dry patches, so I would totally recommend this for all skin types. I think it's just such a great product and totally recommend this one. So lastly, I have the Tinted Moisturizer. I'm in the shade number 1 Buff. You saw my first impression. This is about like 4 or 5 shades too dark for me, and there are 7 shades in this line. So I was just so disappointed, especially because all of the others had such great colors for me. This is way too dark to be the fairest color in this range, so I was really disappointed in that. So for the coverage, this is sheer. I was able to build it up to light, but as I was trying this out throughout the day, I felt like this did not really give coverage. It just gave color, and since it was so dark for me, I think I was kind of confusing color with coverage because, you know, at first I could still see all my freckles, then when I put more on, I couldn't see my freckles, but it just made my face darker because, like I said, this is like 3 or 4 shades too dark for me. So I would say that this is sheer coverage. So the finish of this is pretty natural, and I found that this held up against oil decently well, which again I was really impressed with because this is a moisturizing type product. And the lasting power of this, I would say, was about 8 hours. In my first impression, I was laying on the couch, and on this side of my face, it had basically rubbed off, which is really strange to me because I was laying still and it rubbed off, and I had even set it. So I'm not happy about that. If you don't rub your face or touch your face, this will last about 8 hours, which is awesome. But if you do touch your face, it's going to rub right off. So that's a little bit disappointing, I would have to say. So for the application, I use the e.l.f. Small Stipple Brush. I feel like it blended out nicely without wiping away any product. So I think this is a nice combination, but still I only got sheer coverage. But I would recommend this for all skin types if you can find it in your color, because like I said, I think it held up against my oil fairly well, which I was very impressed about, but it was really hard for me to get past the color. And if you want a little bit more coverage with that Tinted Moisturizer, I definitely recommend using the NYX Stay Matte but Not Flat Powder Foundation. This does have a little bit of luminosity to it, so it's going to still be natural and not cakey looking, but this will give you a lot more coverage. So these two together I think would be really, really awesome for the summertime to wear on a day-to-day basis. So I would recommend these two together if you are a little disappointed in the performance on this product like I was. So out of the 4, I'm going to rate them my favorite to my least favorite. So my absolute favorite, the BB cream, which I was really surprised by because I do not really get on the hype about the BB creams, but I love this. I've been using it so much, like I said, so this is my favorite. My second favorite would be the Invincible foundation. The coverage is bomb, the color is perfect, but it is a high maintenance product, which would keep me from repurchasing it. My third place would be the Tinted Moisturizer. I like the way it felt on my skin, and I think it's nice for a day-to-day to even out your skin a little bit, but the color was way off for me. I can never wear it. I'll never be this tan, so that's a little disappointing. And then my least favorite was the Mineral Stick Foundation because of it disappeared completely. Like, by the end of the day, this was still on there. All the rest of them were still on my face. This was gone, and I was really, really disappointed in that. Even when I used a matte powder, it was gone. My oily skin ate this up. The color is great for me again, so it's basically the formula. But if I'm gonna recommend any of them, the BB cream is definitely my standout, but I do like the Invincible as well. This would be a great full coverage foundation for a dry skin girl. So I would recommend both of these. Great for all skin types, great for dry, normal, but this is like my favorite product. This is so perfect for a great summer foundation. It will even out your skin tone, give you a little bit of coverage, but it won't look too fake, it won't feel heavy, and it won't be cakey. So this is my absolute favorite out of them all, and I want to thank you, Sarah from Beauty Buzz Hub, so much for sending me all these products and letting me try them out. I had such a fun time testing them all out. And I want to thank all of you guys so much for watching this video. If you have tried any of these products, please let me know what your thoughts were in a comment down below. I would love to know that. And next Saturday, I'm going to do a NYX one brand tutorial. It's my very first one brand tutorial. I'm very excited about it, and I'm able to do that because of all the wonderful NYX goodies that Sarah sent me. So I hope you guys will be excited for that. And thank you guys again so much for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.